This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody. High Frontier for All is probably one of the most intriguing, beautifully displayed games. It's been around for quite some time, and it's come out with many expansions. The game is made by Phil Eklund, who basically is a rocket scientist. And one of the things about it that is so fascinating is how much science the game is about. Getting to Earth, from Earth to just the moon. You know, the amount of science and math and things that have to go into that, people take for granted when playing games. Because a lot of times it's, okay, roll a dice, okay, you're in orbit, and that's about it. Well, this, you're building a ship and so forth and so on. It's come out with expansions. It has a very, very loyal cult following. I love it. I think it's one of the most brilliant games I ever played. So when the third module came out, Conflict, which introduces combat. Okay, now this is a little outside the scope for this fantastic game, but we're going to take a look at this very unique game and unique expansion. Let's go down to
it comes in a nice slip cover here. You are going to get, you're going to have different types of factions here that you are going to have, of course. Everybody's going to be warring with each other and unhappy with each other, and you are going to be trying to build certain weapons. There's going to be a strategy guide, which is much needed, and it's going to walk you through the workings of drop stones, because that's going to become a big thing. Faction war readiness, and of course a guide to death a guide to Death Stars, military burnals. A lot of it's such a throw off from the regular game, but I get what's going on. The manual here, well written. Even though, hey, it's 42 pages long, it's done very, very well. And it's not like you're reading, Shakespeare or something like that. There's a lot to take in. This model, it tells you what the module's about, what it's going to do. As factions expand into the solar system and trade amongst themselves to become less dependent on Earth and less tolerant of Earth-centered trades. So what happens? Yeah, we war with each other. It's going to talk about some of the changes, some rule changes. So it's really important to have this. Your political assembly playmat. Of course, everything gets political no matter where you go. Propaganda. It really speaks to the point that there's different wars of independence and how those, weapons and anarchy and things that eventually always happen, no matter whether you're on Earth or in space. The components are beautiful. The layouts are fantastic. You're gonna get everything that you need. You can make copies of this, and of course, take care of it that way. The module has a political assembly thing. There's all kinds of different things that are going to go on. Some great player aids, like I said. You make copies or just laminate them. You're going to get some tokens, some dice, and of course drop stones. So you get, for a little box, you're going to get quite a bit. But what this does and how it does it is amazing. Your battle charts, as you see, ray guns, fighting mirrors, buggies, kamikazes, drop stone. Bombs, bringing our terror into space, which we are good doing that well enough here. And I think Phil really hits it home here by introducing this stuff in a very smart way. It's not just let's just give everybody nuclear missiles. It's how this is done, and and how this game works and how deep it is and how smart it is. It's one of the most complicated games and yet one of the most rewarding games you will ever play. And this Module 3 only makes it that much better. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts.
Now, as you saw, we just went over the components. I didn't explain things too much because we would be here for about an hour and a half. But what I got from this, even though it's such a departure from what High Frontier is, it really speaks, and I think Phil tried to get a point, now this is my opinion of course, is that no matter where we go, we have our jealousies, our political tendencies, our warlike tendencies to conquer everything, okay, and be the master and dominate everything. Due to different political assemblies or what, you know, whatever it may be, and adding this weaponry and combat and of course greed with and everything else that happens, this takes a different turn because we become less dependent on Earth, and now we are, you know, basically ripping apart the resources of the universe and using it for our own device, of course. And adding this expansion not only adds a different element of fun, but it kind of speaks that eventually this is what happens. And that's what I interpreted this fantastic expansion. Beautiful, well done. The 42-page rule book, yeah, it's very well explained. There's a lot to this, folks. But if you are somebody that enjoys high science, you want to play something that you're going to sit there and leave up for a week or two and just really enjoy, because you can't play this solo or play it with others, of course. This is definitely the game for you. And it just, I'll tell you, I have such a fascination in it. It is something that will always be in my collection. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.